Hi, it's Craig Metrowich for VideoCelebrityNews.com, and I have got with me today a pastor and musician. He's quite a young, good-looking guy, and we did earlier on an intro on Facebook.com/Metrowich, so you can see that intro just to set the tone. And what I wanted to achieve with this message is I wanted to find out how have you combined music and preaching, bringing people together, because ultimately most time when we talk religion and politics, we don't think about bringing people together, not if they're diverse. It's usually we think about putting people apart and separating them and putting some friction between them. So Sean Curry, tell us a little bit about your journey. Let's go back a step. And I call it a bolt of lightning, how did the bolt of lightning of faith, how did you receive that bolt of lightning? Let's go back to the beginning.
So I was about 20, 21. A very pretty girl asked me to come and do
a girl? I didn't know this part.
Can you believe it? She came and asked me to do a course at their church. It was called Alpha. It's kind of just the introduction to Christianity. It's a good way to get into the faith, or at least learn a bit more about it, the background. And a couple of weeks into that course, just felt it. It was kind of leading up to it, but then there was an encounter. Like I said earlier, just God grabbed me and said, "Hey, buddy, we're going in a different direction now." And things changed, desires changed, passions changed, direction in life changed, and that was, I guess, the bolt of lightning.
And it was a good bolt of lightning. It was a really good bolt of lightning.
And I ended up marrying her eventually.
What? So. Hey, I mean, that's inspired me.
There's a lesson for everyone.
That's a lesson. So the lesson is, if somebody asks you to go on a course that happens to even have a faith-based message, don't say no.
Guys, just go with the pretty girls.
Have an open mind, have an open heart, and you never know, you might find your future partner.
Absolutely.
That's a phenomenal share biography-wise. Venue-wise, for our international viewers, this is Cape Town, South Africa. I like to do things outdoors. Let's check this out. Let's just get the view in here. How amazing is this? Beautiful spot.
This is winter.
Beautiful way. Yeah, and this is winter, by the way. A little bit chilly, so I'm wearing a jacket. But it is a phenomenal venue, phenomenal spot. Do you feel the energy here, by the way? Do you feel the energy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you feel some presence, in your terminology? Do you feel some presence?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I do. How awesome.
Look at that and not think of a creator.
Amazing. Let me go a little bit higher, show everybody what we've got here. All right. So let's get into the interview. Sean, some questions on my part for our audience is, you've used music to bring different denominations together. And part of your journey, you were telling me, is that, music cuts all the barriers. It's like such a commonality. We get to understand each other through music. If somebody's down, you put a vibey song on, guess what? They feel good. It is just such a great way of bringing people together. Share the practicality. So what do you guys do? Do you guys got a group? Tell us about the practical way of you bringing people together. How do you bring us together?
So at a church where I'm involved in the local sense, we got some musicians and singers, awesome volunteer guys that we love and we value. And once a week, a different group of us will get together and we'll sing songs. Not about God, about Jesus, and we'll use music and our different rhythms and melodies just to bring across those truths. And so on a Sunday morning, we'll have, 100 people, different sized churches. Ours about 100 people getting together, singing, moving, grooving in the same way and about the same thing.
Getting to, imagine when you develop the lyrics of a song, and the Rastafarian says, "Hey man, I've got to have this part in it," and the other person goes, "Well, I come from a different background, I want this in it." You're going to have such an interesting genre. It's going to be like a world song.
Well, I mean, if I take it outside the church, what we've got now is going different churches across Cape Town. We're getting together, cross denomination, cross covering background, and we're getting together. So we've still got the common ground of Jesus, right? So we'll major on that. And even if we've got different opinions on this or that, around that, we've at least got that commonality. And we'll and that's happening, and that's happening across Cape Town at the moment.
If I bring that to, let's say, for example, water sports, because that's my healthy addiction is water sports. What you're saying is, Craig, I don't hate I don't know, it's caffeine. I don't hate the jet skier because I've done it. I'm not anti-surfing. I'm not anti any of those, because I've got an open mind to realizing somebody might be into, let's say, canoeing. And I've never tried to do that at expert level. Therefore, I shouldn't judge the experience until one, I've researched it, understood it a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's really what you're saying is let's have an open mind and open heart that
Absolutely.
we do have differences.
Yeah.
But at the same time, let's see how we can bring ourselves to like respect each other.
Yeah.
Am I fair in saying that? Is it
Yeah,
about
absolutely. Well, I mean, I heard someone
respect?
saying about from like the political side.
Yes.
They were talking about the states, and they said when it comes down to, now I've never researched this, but
Right.
even if the both opposing parties, like there'll be
There's still
5 things that they disagree on, but there'll be like 50 things that they agree on.
Okay, I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think even within the church, which is my context, there'll be those things you disagree on. Those can have
Right.
such the potential to divide. But in certain contexts, you can major on the important things, and you can get away with so much connectivity and unity just on those things. And then if you want to go back to your groups and have your own things, you can. But I think the overall thing is there's so much we can agree on, and there's such unity that we can find in the things that we do.
So just from an intro point of view, I'm a business coach and inspirational speaker, and I love also extreme sports as my healthy addiction. What I find is very important is if you open your mind and heart and then you validate it with actions to being on the positive side of the message, and that's really what videocelebritynews.com is trying to do is, there's so much negativity out there.
Yeah.
I really want to bring people closer together to communicate, to share their viewpoints, but in a respectful way.
Yeah.
Because in business is so diverse. If I look at a sales team, okay, Sean, a sales team, you will find every religion there, you will find every color, creed, you will find completely diverse. Yet, for the business to be successful, you gotta gel that team.
Yeah.
You gotta get that team with a big, hairy, audacious goal. That's Jim Collins, by the way.
Yeah.
One of your big, hairy, audacious goals, okay, one of your crystal clear purpose, share that with us. I mean, you really moved me when you said, Craig, this is where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
This is what I'd like to see happen in a few years' time.
Yeah. So over the last few years, across Cape Town, I've been involved with a small group of church leaders who are mostly involved with music and audiovisual.
Right.
And we just had this idea of if we can unite a whole bunch of churches like we've been united, the small group of 5, 10, 20 people, what if we unite 100 churches, 1,000 churches
Absolutely.
that connect again on that one or two things that we really agree on?
Right.
Why can't we get together and worship Jesus in Cape Town Stadium and fill that for that purpose?
Why not? And I mean, if I look at what's required worldwide, if I look at social media, social media has phenomenal good power and bad power. The bad power is people just sharing all the negative news, and a lot of it's fake news. So that's a danger right now with technology.
Sure.
It's a heck of a lot of fake news. Huge. What I get inspired about is when 1 million people get together, regardless of their beliefs, they get together with a viewpoint to do some good.
Yeah.
Then I'm very pro that.
Yeah.
In the intro interview, for those that might not see that, I put it on record that I do not have those prejudices that a lot of other people have. And I know why, because as a youngster I traveled. And when you travel the world and you get to speak to people, you don't see a person for their color. You don't see a person just for their religious belief. You don't judge them on their cultural differences. In my case, a lot of time I would admire them. I'd go, wow, it's phenomenal how you do that versus, let's say, how I was brought up. And you get to respect the person. In other words, you see, like, I see you for the person you are. I think you're a good person. I feel your good energy. And that, if I tapped into that, then we could have a friendship.
Yeah.
But if I focused on what was wrong with you as a human being, there's no way. There's no ways. Next question.
That's just huge. Like, I mean, I'm talking about the church and different churches, but the same principle applies even going out. If you've never met a person from that background or that orientation, you've probably got this unfair,
unfair, like
dislike,
unfair dislike.
And I found when you meet them and you chat with them, or you have a coffee with them or beer with them or whatever, you find you may not agree, so you may not change your points, but there's a different kind of energy, there's a different connection with them because you know them as a person now. You can carry on disagreeing, and when you disagree, you'll probably disagree in a different way because now you've seen that person as who they are. And I think there's even just getting together, getting a whole bunch, like you said,
that's a get
your
together
life
and chat.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
And you find the things that you agree on more than the things.
I mean,
that you don't.
looking at business again. I mean, what I find fascinating in business is the diversity of the team. If I do a strategy session, and I have, let's say, for example, people who all come from a sales background.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the same terminology, right? And it's not going to be the most phenomenal brainstorming session.
Yeah.
Fact. However, if I include, which I like to do, the frontline people in the sales session, right? The person who's in the cleaning bay area, right? They've got the person who does the spares and parts, different viewpoint. The administrator, different viewpoint. And the amazing thing then is, when you combine all those different viewpoints, you get a phenomenal, amazing, brilliant outcome. You know, and I think, I know the reason why I wanted us to do this is because if we can get people to go, let me get to know the other person first. You know, before I judge them, let me read the message first before I send it. Let me see if there's any good in what I can do. I think we can make a positive difference and fill that stadium, the Cape Town Stadium. Eh?
Oh man.
That'd be amazing, eh? All right, I said to Sean on the record, he fills the Cape Town Stadium, right, with people wanting to go there to share the good news, and I'll be happy to volunteer my time and effort to contribute in a small part. Okay, he's probably thinking I should be an usher, get people to their seats.
Maybe we can do a bit
I don't even got the talent for that. Maybe a little bit more than that. Okay. So my name is Craig Metrowich, and this is Sean Curry. And if you love this, share it. You know, subscribe to the YouTube channel. But honestly, this is really about sharing the light, sharing the love, and sharing the good news. Thank you very much, Sean.
Thanks, man.
Thanks
for
a lot.
having me.
Cheers, everybody. Love you.